Picture this for a second. It's the 1980s. You're sitting in front of the TV late at night, maybe with friends, maybe with your brothers or sisters, watching one of those unforgettable comedy movies that made an entire generation laugh until their stomachs hurt. And suddenly, this massive guy in a Letterman jacket storms onto the screen, flashes that unforgettable grin, and yells one word that still makes people smile today: nerds. That larger-than-life personality belonged to Donald Gibb, the actor millions of fans knew and loved as Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. And today, with heavy hearts, we say goodbye to a true 80s icon. Donald Gibb has passed away at the age of 71. For so many people watching right now, especially those who grew up during the golden age of 70s and 80s movies, this loss feels deeply personal. Because Donald Gibb was never just another actor. He was part of the movies we watched over and over again on VHS tapes, cable reruns, and Friday movie nights with family and friends. Born Donald Richard Gibb on August 4, 1954 in New York City, he later grew up in California and quickly stood out because of his incredible size and athletic build. At 6'4" and built like a professional athlete, Donald originally pursued sports before Hollywood came calling. In fact, many fans don't realize he actually played professional football for the San Diego Chargers before beginning his acting career. But everything changed in 1984. That was the year Donald Gibb became part of movie history with his unforgettable role as Fred Ogre Palowski in Revenge of the Nerds. At first, Ogre looked like the classic intimidating bully: huge muscles, loud voice, tough attitude. But what made Donald special was the way he brought humor and heart into the character. Over time, Ogre became one of the most lovable and memorable parts of the entire franchise. Fans still quote his lines decades later, and his scenes remain some of the funniest moments in 80s comedy history. The movie itself became a cultural phenomenon. It wasn't just about laughs. It was about outsiders, underdogs, and people trying to find where they belonged. For many fans, that message meant a lot, and Donald Gibb became a huge part of those memories. He returned as Ogre in multiple sequels, keeping the character alive for years and cementing himself as one of the most recognizable faces in comedy during that era. But Donald's career didn't stop there. Action movie fans also remember him from the 1988 martial arts classic Bloodsport, starring alongside Jean-Claude Van Damme. Donald played Ray Jackson, the loud, confident fighter with a huge personality and an even bigger heart. That role became another fan favorite and introduced him to an entirely new audience. Donald played Ray Jackson, the loud, confident fighter with a huge personality and an even bigger heart. That role became another fan favorite and introduced him to an entirely new audience. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Donald appeared everywhere on television. He showed up in classic series like Knight Rider, MacGyver, Step by Step, The A-Team, and many others. Even in small roles, his presence was unforgettable because he had something many actors never truly achieve: natural charisma. And according to nearly everyone who met him in real life, Donald Gibb was nothing like the intimidating tough guys he played on screen. Friends, co-stars, and fans constantly described him as kind, warm, funny, and incredibly grateful for the support he received throughout his life. People who attended conventions often shared stories about Donald happily taking photos, signing autographs, and spending time talking with fans who grew up loving his movies. In later years, he even opened a karaoke bar in Chicago and launched his own Ogre beer, embracing the character that made him famous while staying connected with the people who supported him for decades. According to reports shared by his family, Donald passed away peacefully at home in Texas, surrounded by loved ones after dealing with health issues. His son Travis confirmed the heartbreaking news and asked fans for prayers and privacy during this difficult time. And right now, tributes are pouring in all across social media. Fans are posting classic Ogre clips, others are sharing old photos, favorite quotes, and memories of watching Revenge of the Nerds for the very first time. Because when someone connected to our childhood passes away, it feels like we lose a small piece of our own past, too. Those old movie nights suddenly feel more important. The laughter feels more meaningful, and the memories become something we hold on to even tighter. Donald Gibb leaves behind 5 children, countless friends, and millions of fans around the world who will never forget the joy he brought into their lives. From football fields to Hollywood movie sets, he built a legacy that continues to make people smile decades later. So today, let's simply say thank you. Thank you, Donald Gibb, for the laughs. Thank you for the unforgettable characters. And thank you for helping define an entire era of entertainment that so many of us still cherish today. If Revenge of the Nerds or Bloodsport meant something special to you growing up, share your favorite Donald Gibb memory in the comments below. Let's celebrate the life of a man who made millions of people laugh and created memories that will last forever. And if you enjoy heartfelt tributes, nostalgic Hollywood stories, and updates about the legendary stars we all grew up watching, make sure you follow Xplained daily for more. Your home for the stories that matter and the legends that shaped us. Rest in peace, Donald Gibb. You may be gone, but you will never be forgotten.